Hello everybody, welcome to Coco's Crochet. I'm Litsa and this is our podcast number 127. It's Thursday, the 20th of March 2025. Today is a very important day for us because my mum is going in for her cataract surgery. Thank you to all of you that have sent all your kind wishes and prayers. But it is scheduled for 1 p.m. and it's only about 9:30, 10 o'clock here in the morning. So I thought I could quickly squeeze in a short but sweet podcast because I really want to showcase all your makes and have a little chat to you about what I've been up to through the week. So without any further ado, let's get started, guys. We're going to showcase all your wonderful makes and wait till you see them all. Get ready to ooh and ah, everybody. Now, our friend Geraldine from G Crochet Off the Hook, she has been joining in Beanie of the Week, and last week's Beanie of the Week was the Quicksilver Beanie by Bag of Day. It was a very, very nice one. I must admit that I enjoyed it as well. Now, Geraldine also tells us that she really enjoyed crocheting this beanie. Now, the yarn that Geraldine used is 97% polyester and 3% Nuvo Caricia Brillo. I'm sure that I got that wrong, but those of you who know. Now, Geraldine said that she's still munching the yarn with her Chocolate Amour crochet hook, the 6mm one. Now, I have to say that the colours in this yarn that you've used are so beautiful, Geraldine. So thank you so much for sending that in to us. Now, our friend Alley Cat has sent in 3 fun different makes to share. Absolutely love them all. Now, here you'll see several ornaments made with yarn scraps and needlepoint canvas. That is so interesting to me. They will be gifted to the family children, and I'm sure that they will all love them. They are so adorable. Now, here you'll see a beautiful butterfly made for Rose's random acts of crochet kindness, which she's running for the whole entire year. I have to say that I love the addition of beads. So guys, if you can't see that, zoom into the photos. And lastly, so number 3, you'll see here 3 beanies that are going into Alley Cat's donation box. Now, I can see 2 divine hats, one on either end, and a very pretty beanie in the middle. I wonder which one that is. Please let us know, Alley Cat. So thank you so much for sharing all your makes with us. Next. So our friend Diane, she's also been joining in Beanie of the Week each week, and I absolutely love that. Now, Diane did say that she loved making this beanie as well, and she plans to make more when she has more crochet time because she's so busy crocheting other things at the moment, and I absolutely love the colour choice for this one. Now, Diane also sent in 3 of these super cute blankets that she's made for children, and I'll tell you who they are upon request. Now, the first one is a unicorn blanket. The pattern is by MJ Off the Hook, and the yarn is, so she's held 2 strands of Wool-Ease Quick and Thick, and she used a 16mm hook. I imagine how chunky and warm that blanket is. Now, Diane tells us she did steam the fringe and said it made such a difference. I absolutely love that. And this blanket has been gifted to Diane's granddaughter's cousin. How cute is that? Now, here you'll see a penguin blanket. The pattern is once again by MJ Off the Hook. The yarn comes from Diane's yarn stash. And this blanket has been gifted to Diane's granddaughter's other cousin. How adorable is that? All the cousins sitting together with their blankies. And then the last one is the Dino blanket. And it is a pattern by Snappy Tots from Etsy. This blanket was gifted to Diane's granddaughter. And I have to say, Diane, they're all super adorable, and I can see all the children sitting down with their little blankies all rugged up for winter. Absolutely love that. Now, our friend Aussie Sandy has been very, very busy as always, and we are going to definitely ooh and ah over her resin art. So let's start off with these gorgeous resin large coaster and cake trays. Now, Sandy says she's very pleased with these, and so you should be, Sandy. She does tell us that she's still learning techniques using resin. And I'm just thinking, wow, how much better can you get? Guys, you need to zoom in on these. Just check out the swirls, and just everything about them is amazing. So thank you for sharing those with us, Sandy. Now, Sandy also made a little llama donut for Sally's cow. Sandy used scrap balls of yarn, and I have to say I love the little sprinkles on the little llama's ears. Now, next you'll see Sandy has crocheted 2 granny square blankets using bulky weight yarn. Both these blankets are destined to go to Sandy's local nursing home, so the elderly residents can use them on their laps or, to warm themselves up while they're watching TV in the lounge room. I think that is so super adorable and, so wonderful that you're able to donate to your local community, Sandy. Now, here we have Kim and her daughter Rachel. They've sent in some of their makes that they've been, crocheting and knitting in the past, few days or weeks. Now, here you'll see an assortment of very pretty amigurumi hearts. I have to say, I love all the colours. I wonder where they're destined to go. Next, you'll see a little koala donut and a little duck donut. I think they are both so very, very cute. And here you'll see a knitted cable piece. The colours have pulled so beautifully. Guys, zoom in and see the cabling. It's absolutely gorgeous. So thank you, each and every one of you, for sending in all your wonderful makes to us. As always, we are very grateful to be able to share in your, your adventures through crochet. And once again, we've probably added something to our crochet to-do list, haven't we, guys? As always. So please keep them coming. Anyone that wishes to share, your makes, please do send them to us. My goddaughter did send me her recent makes and I've forgotten them this week. Sorry, Sophia. I will make sure I showcase them next week. As you can imagine, I've had a bit on my mind today, so please forgive me. Now, next we'll talk about our beanie of the week. Now, this week's beanie of the week was very, very interesting. It just popped up on my YouTube feed and I thought I need to make this. It is using chunky yarn. So, beanie of the week this week is called the Chunky Puff Stitch Beanie. The YouTube tutorial is by Days Crochet Modern Crochet Patterns, and I'll, of course, will link that in the description box for you. I will show you, I made 2, and then I'll show you the yarn. So this is what it looks like, guys. So the puff stitches that we make like a little arrow pattern, and this is just some crocheting in the back loop, and it does start from the bottom up. Now this beanie uses chainless foundation with single crochet. I made the first one exactly the same way as the designer did, and it is a very good tutorial. Do not be intimidated like I was when you first start, because you basically start off with your single crochet row and then you jump straight into the puff stitches, and they are made at an angle, if you can see that. So you work in the stitch before. Now I found that a little bit tricky for the first round, but you do get used to it, guys. So those of you that are joining in Beanie of the Week, please persevere. And then I made a second one. Now for this one, because this one turned out tiny, guys, look at that. I don't know, was it my tension? With this one I used an 8mm hook and this one a 9. Maybe my yarn isn't as stretchy as the one that the designer used, but this time round I did I started with a chain, so just a traditional chain, did a row of single crochet, and then I found that it was easier to add my puff stitches. You do work backwards and forward, right side and wrong side, just for the puff stitches. And then when you decrease, I think it is very, very well done, the decrease for the top. So once again, this is all just one piece. It's worked in the round, and it is from bottom to top, so it's a little bit different to the other beanies we've been making as well. And the yarn that I used just came in these Millans, super, super chunky. I do love that it's got these little flecks in it of the caramel color and some chocolate in there as well. It's absolutely beautiful, but look how thick it is. Super, super thick, guys, right? It's like a rope. It's twisted. And I thought that it might be, I don't think it's got much stretch in it. Can you hear that? I think that is funny. Anyway, so that was Beanie of the Week. I must say that I did enjoy making it. I'd like to try it when I have some time in my Spot Saver yarn with a smaller hook. So I'll adjust the amount of chains that I start off with, or single crochets, and we'll see if that makes a difference to how, stretchy the beanie is. So one day when I do that, I don't want to make a promise that it will be very soon. One day I will definitely share that with you. So that was Beanie of the Week. Keep that one in mind for those of you that want to join in. Just my little tip is maybe I don't know, maybe you're used to working with a chainless foundation. I'm not sure if that's what you call it. But I found that it was easier for me when I did it the traditional way, just chaining and then doing my single crochets, and that's in US terminology. So that was beanie of the week, and of course I cranked out a couple of knitted beanies on my knitting machine, two very simple ones this week, very plain but very pretty. So this pink one here and this blue and pink, so this one is reversible. Again, these going into my donation pile, and I'm really building quite a nice collection there, so I'm hoping soon I'll be able to send some off to KK and Kristen for their Bumblebees Mountain Outreach drive, and then by the end of April, which is a month and a half away, for our crocheting for the community drive as well, the winter appeal. Now, I'd like to remind you all that I did put out a Market Makes video yesterday. Well, you'll get to see all the other crochet that I've been doing this week, because there has been quite a lot, guys. So I didn't think I'd bore you, on this video with all of those makes and all of those details. So I did put out a separate one for those of you that are interested in, Market Makes as well, or just pretty things to make for home. And through the week, a lot of you have already voted, which is awesome. Our Crochet Society subscription box number 53 was unboxed, and the voting has commenced, and it finishes on the 30th of March. So if you could please let me know what you'd like me to crochet, I will make sure that I get that done. And a lot of you have been sending in your makes for our birthstones cowl and our best dressed 18-inch doll cowl. Please keep them coming. It's finishes on the 31st of March. Now, I should apologize to a lot of you, and I haven't even started making the dress yet because I didn't realize there was going to be slip stitches in there. But let me tell you, the end result is beautiful. So persevere, guys, if you can. Of course, if your hands hurt, I'm sure you'll find an alternative. So thank you for keeping those coming. I really do enjoy seeing all the different colors that people are using. So it's given me ideas. Variegated yarn, stripy yarn, solid color. Which way will I go? I'm still yet to decide. And last week, so that's it for the crochet, guys. It's been a very, quick week. As I said, this will be short and sweet, but just a little bit of life. Last week I touched on that we were going to be having lunch with the children, and it turned out to be a wonderful afternoon. It was so hot, thank goodness the restaurant was air conditioned. It had a very nice Greek island vibe. It was from anyone that is from the island Kalymnos. It's such a beautiful island in Greece, and the people are very, very nice. I do have some friends from there, but the food was very beautiful and traditional. I will try to show you some photos, but excuse me, all the plates are full, they're not full of food. I took photos after we ate it all, pretty much, because we just wanted to dig in, guys, and the conversation was great. As you can imagine, when you get together with your children that are older, that don't live with you, it is such a wonderful and joyous time to have all of them together in the one room, a captive audience for a couple of hours. We really did enjoy ourselves. So, news of the day, of course, is that very, very soon I'm off to the hospital, as I touched on earlier, for my mum's second eye. So it's her left eye this time, cataract surgery. She's very excited, and so are we. This time round, she knows, exactly what to expect, so there's no surprises, which is wonderful. I'll stay with her tonight. Steve will come and have dinner with us, which will be nice. I'm sure my sister and nephew will pop in, which will be nice too for my mum. And then tomorrow morning we'll be back at the hospital to take the eye patch off, and then she'll start with her eye drops and all of that. Now, I know a lot of you have had your own cataract surgery or have had family members as well, so you know how exciting it is, but how important the aftercare is as well. So that's why I thought I would touch on that. So that's it, guys. I hope you're all well and, have been keeping safe. Here in Australia, there was that cyclone that was, hovering around. Now it's gone, thankfully. The aftermath now, it's the cleaning up time. And I know that overseas there's been some horrendous weather as well. And I'm happy to, report that everyone that we know in our Yarny community has come out, safe, which is very important. I hope your crochet time has given you the joy that it always brings me. And thank you once again for coming to hang out with all of us. It is such a wonderful community that we have here. How blessed are we to know each other and to call each other friends. So until I see you all very, very soon, take care, everyone. Bye-bye for now.